Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Humbug Outdoors Fishing. It's your host, Casey Smith here, and today we've got another review video. This one is on one of my favorite saltwater rods of all time, the Bass Pro Offshore Angler Breakwater series. So yeah, we're gonna be covering that rod today. We're gonna go over the price, the specs on it and stuff. And then also in terms of availability, I'm gonna go over that as well in the video. So yeah, stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Alrighty, so the Offshore Angler Breakwater spinning rod, the one I have here is the 9-foot medium heavy. It is a moderate fast action. The lure weight is 1 to 4 ounces. The line weight is 15 to 25 pounds, and the MSRP is $79.99. So let's go over the functionality on this rod. So in terms of species, I've tackled tons of different fish on this. I originally bought them for sharks and rays, which has done its job amazing. I've caught some really good fish. I'll put a couple sharks and rays in the video picture here for you guys to see. And then another thing I also have used it for is throwing plugs on the surf for striper. It is a surf rod. It's got the really long handle, makes it easy to cast, easy to hold right here on a big fish. So it's done its job tremendously well on that too. It is rated 1 to 4 ounce. I have thrown like 4 ounces and a crab snare on it. I've thrown 4 or 5 ounces in a whole rig with half a surf perch on the end. So I've definitely pushed the limits on it. You can kind of feel the rod starts to load up a little too much at 5.5 ounces, but either way, it's rated 1 to 4. So the fact it went 1.5 ounces over is pretty good. I would consider if you guys were fishing for big catfish, this would work tremendously well. I'll put the link right here to San Pablo Bay. I took these rods out and we caught some striper, sharks, and we were going for sturgeon, but that's another use for this if you guys wanted to use them for sturgeon rods. Bunch of different stuff. These rods are amazing. They cover a bunch of different fish. Crabbing as well, crab snaring. These are awesome for crab snares. I know a lot of guys use the Daiwa beef stick. I think it's like a $30 rod. I think they're kind of junk rods, but for $30, they do exactly the job they were intended to do. Daiwa was very smart on making that rod. So if you're just going crabbing and you want your low budget rod just to go out there and sling some snares, then I'd probably go for that one. If you want a little higher budget rod you can tackle a diverse, amount of fish with, then this one's your way to go, because this one's a lot more sensitive than those beef sticks. As far as durability goes, I've thrown a 5-ounce weight with a whole rest of a rig and a big piece of surf perch head on there, and although I couldn't whip it really fast, I could kind of just go easy with it and just get it out 25 yards to where I thought the fish were going to be. So in terms of durability factor, I've had no problems with it so far. It's been kind of one of my beat up rods, like when I'm car camping and stuff, I can shove this into a corner of the car. I know it's not gonna break. It's interesting being a fly fisherman and trout fisherman, right, with those little sensitive ultralights, and then you go to something like this where you can't break it. I mean, so yeah, in terms of durability goes, I love it. It's been awesome for me. Another thing here is price. So it's $80, right? And for someone that is going just for crabbing, some people don't like spending that much money, especially when you can go out and get one of those Daiwa beef sticks, which are like $30. Yeah, they're garbage rods, but Daiwa made them for a purpose. They are meant to just be a big, heavy broomstick, and that's exactly the purpose they serve. They are amazing for crab snares. So, for someone that kind of just wanted to go crabbing and didn't care about the, the niceness of the gear and not on a, on a budget, go for that one. If you want a rod you're going to get more sensitivity out of and something that you could maybe go and do other kinds of fishing with as well, then this would be a better choice for you. I have this paired up with my Daiwa BG. It's a 5000. That reel was like $120, so in all it's about a $200 setup. And in terms of big fish setups, you can get a rod and reel that's going to tackle heavy fish for $200. There's really not going to be too much better choices out there. So yeah, as a price, it's all what you want to spend here. Is this rod worth $80 to you? If you're targeting sharks and rays and you want good gear, you want a nice bend in a rod, you want quality reel, you want to land more fish, it's something you got to think about. The only problem I would say with this rod that I have seen is, I would say as of probably March 2020, when COVID was really starting to come down, right? people were just buying the crap out of fishing gear. And I would say when I worked at Bass Pro, I saw these maybe in April and May, and after that, they were pretty much gone. I looked online, I went to do some research on these to get some stuff for you guys, and there is nothing. Like, Bass Pro doesn't even show any in stock. So they're really having a problem with their saltwater rods right now. So I don't know, maybe at the time you guys are seeing this, the rods are in, but as of right now, they are not. So for those of you that are in the market for a saltwater rod, something you can do sharks, rays, you know, maybe some rockfish, some crabbing, stuff like that, I would say the Penn Fierce combos, I believe they're like $90 for a rod and reel. So, you know, if you think about it, you're getting more, you're getting a rod and reel for the money. I don't think the rods are as good of quality. I think these rods are better than the Fierces, but for a rod and reel for $80 and it can tackle heavy ocean fish, that's really good prices too. So yeah, these are definitely higher quality rod than the Penn Fierces. Obviously you're not getting a reel with this, but keep that in mind. The Penn Fierce's Penn's just cranking out those combos. I remember always having those in stock. So I'm sure you can go online and pick them up at the time that you guys are seeing this video. So hopefully you guys can pick this one up by the time you guys see it as well, because it's a great rod. Yeah, overall, there's my review on the Offshore Angler Breakwater series rods. I've had it for 2 or 3 years now. Absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite rods in my arsenal. Whenever I'm using this, it's usually a fun time. I usually have got something scream and drag on the end of it, and it's held up for me. So best 80 bucks in a saltwater rod I've spent. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, let me know what other rod and reels you guys want to see done or not or whatever. And yeah, see you guys next time on Humbug Outdoors Fishing.